I've lost 13 pounds in 3 days. I'm just sweating it out, and it's the sickness.
Chris Cuomo is still going through it, suffering some major symptoms after being diagnosed with the coronavirus.
You suffer when you have this at home, unless you are ridiculously lucky statistically and maybe karmically as well.
The news anchor joined his CNN co-workers, Anderson Cooper and Sanjay Gupta, for a town hall special about COVID-19 and opened up about the physical toll it's had on his body in just a few days.
I've lost 13 pounds in 3 days.
Wow.
Now, I'm a big guy. I started off at 230 pounds. My wife is feeding me like, we were still in the dating phase. So it's not like I'm hurting for nutrition. I'm eating and drinking constantly. I'm just sweating it out, and it's the sickness.
Chris added that his symptoms, especially his fever, seem to get worse as the day goes on.
The beast comes at night. As we know, the healthcare workers have taken to calling the virus the beast. I understand why. My fever has gone up a couple of degrees in like the last 30 minutes. Nights are tough. And I've learned something that I didn't know before. It is responsible journalism to say that 80% of people who get this statistically wind up okay, meaning they don't go to the hospital, they get through it. It is not humanly responsible, though, from an ethical perspective.
Chris was officially diagnosed with COVID-19 on Tuesday.
I tested positive. Scary, yes, as you might imagine, but better me than you.
Now he's reflecting on what he's learned and what has helped him deal with the symptoms.
Chicken soup is not just anecdotal. That has worked for me, I believe. I have been counseled to try to endure fever as much as I can because the fever is the body's fighting mechanism. Now, what I've also learned is there is so much BS on the internet that people are trying to peddle as cures, fake pills, fake tonics. And I think we have to be very careful about people preying on desperation.
The father of 3 is still working, streaming his show out of his basement where he is still in quarantine, away from his wife and their kids.
So yeah, I've had a fever. You've had a fever, but 102, 103 plus that wouldn't quit. And it was like somebody was beating me like a piñata.
Earlier this week, he shared some scary symptoms he was experiencing.
It was freaky what I lived through last night. And it may happen again tonight. Doctor says it may happen like 5-8 times.
Chris said that it got so bad that he actually hallucinated, and he thought he was talking to his dad, who died in 2015.
And I was shivering so much, it chipped my tooth. So the sun comes up, I'm awake. I was up all night. It was I'm telling you, I was hallucinating. My dad was talking to me. I was seeing people from college, people I haven't seen in forever. It was freaky what I lived through last night. And it may happen again tonight. Doctor says it may happen like 5-8 times. I get it now. And if you match that with chest constriction and people can't breathe, I totally get why we're losing so many people and why our hospitals are so crowded.
But even with all of that, Chris seems to be in good spirits. He even had a giggle attack when he popped into his brother and the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo's briefing.
Obviously, the fever has affected your mental capacity.
Yeah. And being alone all the time. I think everything I say is funny.